All right, guys, welcome back. We are live here, Northwest Lanes, located right here in Fairfield, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. We have the 3:30 shift of the Cashin Out Winning Weekend doubles on lanes 19 and 20. It's on the top of your screen. Lanes 21 and 22 are on the bottom of your screen. On 19 and 20, we have Dave Metters. Check. We have Dave Metters and Jonathan Gilbert. Their partners are across from each other. If you can see that scoreboard, I know it's kind of hard to see, but Dave Metters, Jonathan Gilbert, Steve Watson, and Tyler New. And then over there on 21 and 22, we have Bobby Kendall with Mike Kinney, and then Austin Kloss with Jordan Rolfe. We should see some really good scores on this set, guys. Not as much rev rate as the last set. This one is a fresh shot. This 3:30 shift is on fresh. The next shift is at 6 o'clock. They will be bowling on the burn. Dave Metters, no stranger to big scores. Neither is Jonathan. Tyler New, Steve Watson. These guys can put up some good numbers. Austin Kloss over there on 21 and 22. He wanted to be on another live stream pair. I hear Grandma wanted to see him on the live stream. So, Grandma, if you're watching, hello. And then Bob and Mike over there, they've been doing this a long time. They know how to throw some strikes as well. These guys are bowling on a modified house shot. It is just our normal house shot, 43 feet long, and we just added a load of oil to it, a little more volume to it. We did that because we are bowling on a fresh, a burn, and then a fresh and a burn. The tournament director wanted the house shot to hold up just a little bit longer, not just to be completely annihilated on the burn. So we added a load of oil to it. Oh, and Steve's already noticing that extra little bit of oil. Nearly pocket 710s on that one. The Rick McCormick walking by, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi, Rick.
Hello.
Rick's getting ready to pack himself up and head down to VOA tonight. All of you guys heading down to VOA to check out some great country music. You guys be safe, have fun. Yep. Steve is bowling this shift, Mike. Sorry, I normally have Steve in the booth with me. Might get quiet from time to time. I do have to pull double duty and watch the desk. Mike, you want to put a headset on and sit with me? All right, Mike's going to put a headset on for a minute. Hold on, let me hit the button for you. Go ahead. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you
All
hear me?
right, we have
Okay.
I can hear you. We have Mike Ash in the booth with us.
Yeah, a old blind, half blind man. I think I can see. I can see the monitors and see what everybody's throwing here. But there's been some great bowling this weekend. So
Absolutely, sir.
some 800s, some 300s. Of course, Rick McCormick. What can you say? He's going to shoot 300 wherever he goes.
Rick's gonna throw, especially in this building. We talked about it when he shot that 300. Rick shoots a lot of those in this building alone.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I can imagine. And he made it look so easy too.
ain't
It
nobody
was
in
just,
this building better on our house shot, even if it is slightly modified.
yeah, yeah. He's he's the man in here. He's the man in here. But we got some good bowling. I mean, I'll tell you, Tyler Ring's been throwing the ball good all weekend. He's been throwing it
He's
good
been throwing the ball good
for a
for a
while
couple
now. Yeah,
months.
yeah, yeah. On the sweepers and everything, he's been definitely
Yeah,
bowling good. He's somebody you don't want to catch in a match. That's for sure.
not right now anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
he for sure is on a tear.
Okay. So where's everybody watching from? I'm watching from the chair here. Normally, I would be at home if I wasn't working this tournament. I'd be sitting at home on my couch or in my recliner watching this on YouTube at home.
Steve Watson said, "Hey, I know that guy." Malika walking around selling ball of choice. She got ball of choice.
You know what? Today, I mean, I'm not sure. It just from the way I've been looking today, the shot looked like it just played a little different today. Just a hair, not hooking as much as it was seemed like
Yesterday.
yesterday. But
Yeah, that could be.
even though we had the 800 shot yesterday,
Yeah, yeah. That could have been a little more humidity in the air yesterday.
yeah, yeah, it
A
was hotter.
little warmer day yesterday. All those stuff plays a little bit of a factor on how this oil breaks down. We also had more people in here yesterday. I think it made
Well,
it a little
yeah,
warmer
right,
in the building.
right. It was
These
a
shifts aren't quite filling up like they were yesterday, especially the shift that had the 800. It was a full
right.
house shift and a lot of people in this building.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was. Yeah, yeah.
brought that temperature up in here a little bit.
The house was packed yesterday, so there were a lot of people in here. A
Yeah.
lot of people bowling. The whole shift was full.
Yeah, all those little things make a little bit of difference on how that oil breaks down and how fast it breaks down and
Right,
starts wanting to hook for you. So a lot of people
right.
don't take little things like that in consideration when they're
Well, you know,
seeing why one shot, why a house in the same exact oil pattern can play different from day to
right,
day like that.
right. I mean, well, you know, the difference in the outside temperature because it makes a difference on the ground temperature, which
Right,
comes up, which messes with the topography of the house. You
right.
know, so all of that makes a difference. People don't realize that. I think one of the best explanations I heard of that one time was I forget what it was on one of those. I think Inside Bowling, but I think Kevin Williams was explaining that. He was talking about how they go to different houses because those guys go all over the
Right,
country. Pro bowlers especially. So he said talks about how the same shot will play different from day to day just because of the topography, the temperature, the inside of the house, outside, how it comes up through the ground, through the through the bottom of the house,
right,
and then the people bowling, the people
right. Who you're
that are
crossing
crossing the
with, and yep,
lanes, right? The people you're crossing with,
yeah, you'll definitely not see as much breakdown and lane adjustments. Not just because this is fresh versus the last shift that we watched,
right?
but also the amount of rev rate we had on these two pairs. the last shift was through the roof. I mean, through the roof. We had Sean Martin, Zach
Oh yeah.
Grove, um,
Yeah.
Austin Kloss was over here on 19 and 20. We had, all these guys were just gnawing on it. Tyler Ring was on this pair. Like, no lack of rev rate was on these two pairs the last shift. So
Oh
by the
yeah.
end of it, these guys were probably 10, 12 boards further left than when they started it.
Where they started from. Yeah.
Right. So all that stuff, and then you could probably look down 2 or 3 lanes down where you didn't have as much rev rate, and them guys may have only moved 5 or 6 boards.
Well, I don't have to worry about that.
You'll never run out of room left, will
Right.
you?
I'll never run out of room left. If I run out of room left, everybody needs to get out of
Everybody
the
out. Everybody get out. That's pretty good.
It's just, well, I just like the fascination of the way the game has changed. At my age, I've seen a whole change of the game. I'm 67 years old. I've been
You've
bowling.
seen the game from
I've
its
been bowling since
inception
I was
through.
2 years old. So
Right.
when you had the hard rubber balls, you had your choice of black ball.
Right. Yeah. Which
Whatever black
am I
ball
going
you
to-
wanted, that's what you get. Then eventually, the polyester or plastic balls came out. The Columbia white dots
Yeah.
and just watch how the game has evolved and how bowlers change as the balls change.
Right.
So now with these balls and to watch how these young kids throw the ball, I mean, the revolutions they get on the ball, or revs as to call it, we couldn't even think about that in the 70s. I mean,
Right.
somebody like John Gant, Mike Whalen, John Gant, these were the high rev players of my day,
Right.
here in the area anyway.
Right.
I mean,
Nationals tours was Mark Roth was probably the biggest
right, Mark,
rev
yeah,
rate back then you were watching on TV.
right here, yeah. The guy you would see on TV was Mark Roth. He was the one who revolutionized the game out on tour.
Right.
So it's just that to witness the way this game has changed. I mean, a lot of purists don't like it. I love it. I mean, the game's going to change. I mean, you watch golf. I'm a sports fan. I watch golf. Now, 30, 40 years ago, a 250-yard drive was great. Now you got these titanium clubs.
Doing 4 cards?
You're yelling into my mic.
I'm going messing with his microphone.
Thank you.
I mean, but if you watch any other sports, golf, they have these titanium clubs. The guys are flying the ball 330 yards in the air.
Right.
Tennis, women are hitting 130-mile-an-hour serves with these. So, every sport is going to change. And you got the purists in each sport who don't like the change. Bowling's been the same way,
Well, the athlete itself is going to evolve just as we know
Right.
more about a sport. Like you said, the
Right.
women are the more efficient movement is going to produce that higher serve for women and things like that. So yeah, this game's no different than any other in that aspect. These guys are going to learn to be more efficient at getting rev rate and getting ball speed.
Right. I mean, as the athletes get better, they get better condition, like I said, and they understand.
Get 710 over here.
Yeah, that was a bad break there. How you can get more out of doing less sometimes,
Right.
Who is that? I think it was Wes Malott said, like, the reason Anthony Simon went to two-handed years ago, it wasn't that he could get more revs on the ball and make it hook more. For him, he wanted it because he could do more with the ball, and it could make him do less with the ball.
Right. You can do it with less effort. Right.
With less effort, right?
Yeah, we had a good long conversation about that during the last set, talking about if and I'll ask you the question. So if you were teaching somebody to bowl now, a young person now, would you teach them or tell them to bowl two-handed or one-handed?
First, first I'd see how they what their inclination is to do first naturally.
Right?
Some of them might want to do that. Now, eventually, if I saw the way they were bowling, maybe one-handed, and they couldn't get it, I might suggest they try it. I mean, they could try. We had, I was coaching here, and plenty of kids who thought about doing it and wanted to try it. I said, well, right now's the time to try it. You're still young. You got time to learn it and evolve in it. It's
And you're talking about two-handed, going
yeah, two-handed,
two-handed? Yeah.
going to two-handed. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, I'm telling you, some of our coaches. 20 years ago when I first saw our kids starting to do two-handed, I understood why they were doing it because at the house I was at the time, when they would come in on Saturday mornings, sometimes the lanes wouldn't be oiled from Friday night's lead and open bowling. So
Right.
they would come in on a burned up shot. And then these are reactive balls that come out. They couldn't keep the ball on the lane. So I saw them realize this themselves. No, I didn't teach them this. I saw them think of this on their own. They started, well, hey, I can do this, do this two-handed thing and run to the line. I can get more on the ball. I can get it down the lane.
It
And
become
then
a
once they started saw the revolutions and how the ball could hit.
right. So you saw it as first as being a ball speed issue,
Right,
not
yeah.
so much a rev rate issue.
Not so much a rev rate issue. It was a ball speed issue.
It was
That's
a
what.
strength in the one arm, and they
Right,
couldn't throw it hard enough to get it through that drive, so they started using two
right.
to get to it.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and that's some of the issue. Like it is strength that they um, gravitate towards using two hand, just because if they're young enough age, they're not
Right,
strong enough to hold the ball and throw the ball well enough,
right. They're
and
not
that's
strong
all
enough.
well and good. But what I had the discussion and the outtook I took on it was I would always tell a kid to do whatever they felt like they were better at.
Right,
Um, and always, if you were 50-50, I would tell them to lean one-handed, just because you can do. I feel like you can do more things with a bowling ball, trick a bowling ball.
right,
How we talk about tricking one and
right,
being more up the back of it and getting one to lay to smooth out on the back end, and you can still circle it with thumb in it.
right. I mean,
And if you were 50-50, I'd lean more one-handed. Plus,
right,
spares seem to be easier,
right.
quicker
Spares
learned one-handed than two.
then two. Right,
But if you were going to go two-handed and that was the route you were going to take, to put a little more emphasis on your spare shooting practice.
right. I mean, that's you know, like I said. I mean, my experiences, like I said, was that I saw it change because of ball speed issue.
Right.
Now, it had nothing to do with rev rate at that time. This was 2002, 2003. You know, and but then they saw the rev rate, they saw how the ball hit, they saw the pin carry they were
Right.
getting. So the ones who kept with it, became pretty good bowlers. Now, see, my thing is, to me, the greatest bowler I've seen is Norm Duke. Norm could do so much with the ball.
And
Norm was like a magician with the
right.
ball. I mean, the guy he could play it straight. He could get in and hook them with the best of them.
Right. Yeah,
And
and that's what we're talking about is he had
right,
such good touch with a bowling ball
right.
to where he can feather one in
He
there.
could
He could
feather
put
it.
a little bit, or he can dead hand one. And man,
Right,
the guy, you're right.
um,
And with a thumb in it, that is
right. With the
easier
thumb,
learned with the thumb in it than the two
then
handers.
with the two handers. Unless you're somebody like Anthony Simonson,
Right. Those,
who
and
seems,
the two names come to mind when it comes to two-handers, and they're two of the best two-handers in the world that can kind of do that and make a bowling ball do exactly what they want it to do and trick one to doing what it wants to do was Anthony Simonson and Jason Belmonte. They were really, really good.
right.
But that's two out
But
of how many that are
right,
doing
right. Out of how many
it.
guys out there,
Right.
I mean, when you watch Norm and the things he could do with the ball, I mean, he was just so versatile on every kind of lane condition.
Right.
I'm telling you, I always tell this story. He won a tournament one year. It's probably 20 years ago, and I can't remember the name of the tournament. But he started out. He was the fifth seed, so he had to climb the ladder. He was the fifth seed. He started out on the gutter. Now he bowled those first three games, beat everybody. 79, 6. I mean, he was shooting 79, 60, 50. He was locked.
Right.
He gets to the title match. Now, whoever was the top seed, they started. So they started on the left lane. They threw the one shot. Norm gets up on the right lane to throw his first shot. Out there on the gutter where he's been playing all day. He's 17. He pockets 7 10s. Now, me,
Go ahead, Mike. I can hear
okay,
you, buddy.
I'm playing out.
Porter.
If I'm playing out there all day long and I'm playing on the gutter and I throw a shot like that, I catch him. To me, it's a bad break. Okay, 7 10. I hit the pocket. I've thrown the same shot I've thrown all day. Norm, this is what, to this day, this still puzzles me. And if I ever run into him, I'd love to ask him this question. Norm gets over to the left lane to bowl his second frame after leaving the pocket 7 10 off the gutter where he's been playing all day. He moves 30 boards to the left with his feet and feathers the ball between the fourth and fifth arrow and goes sheet for 79
Right.
and wins this tournament.
Right.
What? How do you put that in your mind to go from playing the gutter over here on the right side, moving, throwing the pocket 7 10, which hey, to me, I'm just a dummy, I'm like, hey, that's a bad break. I'm going to stay there on the gutter, keep doing what I was doing. He moves in, feathers the ball up the fifth arrow, and goes sheet 79, throws the last 11. How do you do that? So, I mean, the information these guys get, and just from bowling so much, once you bowl as much as guys like that do, they
Yeah.
get so much information. They get so much confidence in being able to do
Exactly.
things that the normal person couldn't do.
Now I'm sure that, like you said, that wasn't just a blind move that he made.
Right.
I'm sure he had played that shot
Right.
earlier in the week throughout
Right.
that tournament and knew that shot was there.
And
But
probably
you're right, to make that move
practice it
from the
earlier.
gutter,
Right.
yeah. But
I mean-
still, to make that move in one shot to go from the gutter and then immediately move that far left,
Right.
play his zone, and then to have to hit the ball a little bit. I'm sure he was
Right.
feathering it. Yeah, that's the kind of touch that the man had that was
Right.
and
And that-
probably still has. Right?
When I saw him do that, that's when I knew he's the greatest. Like, this man, he's the greatest. I mean, but you know what? Here locally, I mean, 'cause we used to have a tournament here in Cincinnati where all them guys used to come to years ago. The Super Classic over the Thanksgiving weekend. I mean, guys from all over the country used to come here. And so we used to go out. You could go out there and watch the best bowlers in the world on one particular weekend. And Norm would be out there. They weren't allowed to bowl, but some of them would be sponsoring guys in the tournament, or they would jackpot afterwards. But you could get out there and watch these guys and watch the best bowlers in the world. That's why I first saw Mika Koivuniemi, because he won it one year.
Yeah.
So it's we have no dearth of good bowlers here in Cincinnati area. We've always had some good bowlers.
It has always been a rich town when it comes to. Oh wow! Back.
Why did you see that?
It always has been. This area has always been rich with talent when it comes to the bowling community. We got some pretty tough bowling alleys in this area. Some old
Right.
school. Well, not anymore. Princeton Bowl.
Right.
Man, when it was around, and if you could average 200 there, you were doing something.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, you
heard.
were doing
Yeah,
something. So yeah, we've had been lucky. Brian Himmler, the chief, if guys have ever watched him, he's here in the building right now, down
yeah.
there
He's
bowling with
down there
Bill Ray.
bowling on. Right.
Uh, Grew up right here in Cincinnati area, and did a lot of his bowling over there at
Right.
Princeton Bowl. So
Well, I
yeah,
remember. I remember. I remember when I first met Brian. He was 14 years old. I met him, and I had just heard his name. I had never seen him, and I saw him one day out practicing out at Western Bowl. I was bowling in the league out there, Tressler Comet, which used to be on Tuesday night, which is one of probably the biggest men's league that we had in the city at that time, or the toughest one anyway.
right.
And it was. I saw him out there practicing. He was 14 years old. That's when I first met Chief then, and you could tell he was going to be a hell
Chief,
of a
yeah, that
bowler.
was nicknamed Chief.
Yeah, yeah. Nicknamed the Chief. I'm telling you, we had John. I'm telling you, for those who never saw John Gant, you missed a sight to behold. If you never saw John Gant bowl, or if you've never seen any video clips of him, go look for him. And this was in the '80s. What you're seeing when you look at John Gant was in the '80s. Those are just strictly urethane balls.
Right, and made it look like they're bowling now. These guys do now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got scores rolling in from the first game here. Jonathan Gilbert putting up 237. Dave Metters putting up 269. That's going to give them 506.
506.
That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, that's a good.
15-25 is the lead right now. I don't think
Well, they
anybody
got.
caught it last shift, did they?
No, I don't think so. No, not.
15-25 is the lead.
We had somebody. We had somebody shoot. I think.
We had a
That was the first
1509
shift.
earlier.
Yeah,
Yep,
right,
that
right.
was
Okay,
Evan
yeah.
Jens and Nolan White shot 1509. They
Well,
got
you
a
know.
run at it.
Well, you know what? Brad Ingram had Brad shot anything. His partner, he shot. I can't forget the guy's name now.
How about last shift?
Rick Burt. No, this was the first shift.
Oh,
Him and they were seniors.
yeah.
So they were bowling in senior category. They shot 1460, and Brad only shot 610. His
Oh, wow.
partner shot 760.
Oh, wow.
Had he shot anything,
They could have been right there.
had he
Missed
shot
opportunity
anything,
there.
because I think they bowled in both categories. So they bowled in the open and the senior category.
Austin over there put up a 250 game. The other guys, I missed what they seen. I know Austin's grandma's watching.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if Dave Metters and them can put up 2 more 500s and then see if they can make a run at it.
Let's see. JPS said John Gant was a monster, but remember, it says VOOJME. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, if that was a typo.
I'm not sure what VOOJ. Oh, you talking about? Is he talking about Vogelsang? He's not trying to say Vogelsang, is he?
I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a typo, JPS, but he said
Yeah.
volume was lower. Average length of pattern was only 25 to 26 feet in the 80s, and it's
Well, yeah.
so it's relative. Yeah, then
I mean, you got to look at it. I mean, we're looking at the condition and the athletes of that particular time period, the balls of the equipment of that particular time period. Of course, it's different. Because you know what? It took them a while to figure out that they had to change oils when those reactives came out, and they started seeing that it was burning up the oil conditions. They had to change oils. They had to, they had to modify the oils.
right.
So everything is different. I mean, of course, it's
Yeah, it's still relative.
condition.
I mean, he
Right.
was hooking the ball feet, but he was still hooking it
Right.
feet more than anybody else on that
right
same.
more than anybody at that day and time.
Right. All right, there you go, buddy. Welcome to a house shot.
Hey, that's a good ratio. That's a good percentage.
He said McDowell on TV with a Turbo X was eye-opening. McDowell. I have to remember who that. I feel like I know that name.
Who was it?
McDowell.
Are you talking about see, there was a Mark McDowell, and
Steve,
there was a
you know
McDowell.
who McDowell was on the '80s on TV, Pro Bowler?
Pro Bowl. There
I
was a
feel like I
wasn't
know
there
the
a
name.
Mark
Is it a Mark
McDowell?
McDowell?
I think it was a Mark McDowell out there. If I'm remembering correctly, I might be. I'm getting old, so my memory isn't that great sometimes. But there were some guys back there back then. I mean, guys that really didn't win a lot, but threw the ball
Yeah, it
good.
was Mark McDowell. Yep.
Right, right, Mark McDowell. That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Austin, that went high. I'll tell you, there were some guys back there in the '70s and '80s who they really didn't. They threw the ball good, but for whatever reason it was, they just never won a lot. But there was guys who threw the ball good. You
Right.
know, and there was, but of course, you had the legends like Earl Anthony. Earl was just so accurate. He was just so precise with his ball speed and his location.
Yeah, JP, we was talking about how back then Mark Roth was probably the
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Mark Ross he was the first guy that really like he was considered a cranker. But he was the cranker back then. Now I mean it wasn't that he really hooked the ball a lot, but he had a lot of revs on the ball for what we were throwing. You know, for he was still at the end of the hard rubber and
Steve.
plastic ball area, and then came in the into the '80s when the urethanes came in. So, hey, this little kid is cussing. Is this little kid allowed to cuss like that? we're messing with Chad. We're messing with Chad, of course. You know that. We're messing with Chad. I'll tell you. It's fun to talk about the old days. Because I'm an old guy, so I love talking about the old days. But now, I mean, but these young guys, if well, we couldn't film last week. No, what was it that Brent won? What did Brent just
Brent
win?
won the Herschel Lawn Care match play.
Right.
We had that on
Who
live stream.
who was okay? That was on live. If you'd watched if you'd have watched him on Saturday, there was no way I'd have thought he would made it to Sunday. But then when he made it through Saturday and Sunday came, he was a totally different. I mean, Sunday he was unbeatable.
Yeah.
He was unbeatable. And, I mean, it looked like RJ was going to be unbeatable, but he got to 21 and 22, and you know, kind of got him. But Brent last weekend, the other weekend, come Sunday, he was throwing the ball so good. It was
He
it was
really
no way he
was.
was going to. There was no way he was going to get beat. He so we have great players here, and as much as I love talking about the old days because it's just when I came up, and those are the guys I saw bowling. These young guys, these young guys are players. I don't take
Oh,
anything
absolutely.
away from them. I know a lot of guys, a lot of the old guys like to hate on them, but you know what? I'm sorry. I look at every sport the same way. Every game, every sport gets revolutionized and it evolves. The
Right.
athletes get better. You know, I mean, it's just, I mean, unfortunately, in some, like in baseball, like this is Cincinnati. If you grew up and was born in Cincinnati, you were a baseball fan. You were a Cincinnati Reds fan. So I saw
Right.
Pete Rose and Johnny Bench. I saw some of the best. But when things came, my thing was with like Mark McGuire and those guys. Mark McGuire was already a Hall of Fame player. Sammy Sosa probably would have been a Hall of Fame player just on his own merit. Barry Bonds was, of course, he was he was of course a Hall of Fame player just on the merits of what he had done. But then I can tell you what happened with Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds saw Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa get that media play, and he knew I'm two times the ball player, all around ball player than that these guys are. So he went and did what he went and did what he did. Now people may argue it. I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna be the moral police on that. But I mean, Bobby Bonds. I mean, Bobby Bonds. Barry Bonds was a hell of a player anyway. He was going to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, there was no doubt. But his ego, I think, got to him. And he figured, I'll go do what they did, and I'll show them. So, I mean, but hopefully nothing like that goes on in bowling. I don't think it needs to. With the bowling equipment we have nowadays, this equipment is enough to make you, if you get out here, it's not like you just can throw the ball to the right and just watch it. You still got to know what you're doing. You still got to know what you're hitting.
Austin out there just pitched one well out to the left on the left side of the lane. He's let one dump out there and couldn't quite get it to turn up the corner there. Got a 4-7-10 staring him down now.
Right. So even though you can, it gives you more room, it gives you more acceptability. You still got to be able to play. You still got to know what you're looking at, be able to hit what you're looking at, get the ball to a certain area. And the best bowlers prove that. The best bowlers, you can see that they know how to hit what they're looking at. JPS, know how to keep the ball in a certain area.
JPS down here said Barry Bonds' hat size grew in his 30s.
Right. I mean, this guy hit more homers from 34 to 40 than he hit in the previous 10 years. I mean, come on now. Hey, that's a whole nother topic for another thing, for some other sports show.
All right, Steve over here has matched his strike total from the first game already.
Already? In 4 frames?
4 frames, he's matched his first game strike total.
Way to go, Steve.
You matched your first game strike total in the first 4 frames.
Okay, don't tell them how many you ended up with now.
Guys, if you're just now joining us, we are right up here at Northwest Lanes in Fairfield, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati, Ohio. We are at the Cashin Out Winning Weekend, live streaming the doubles portion of this. We're in lanes 19 and 20, 21 and 22, 19 and 20 on top of your screen, 21 and 22 on the bottom. Do us a favor, if you're watching over on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you get notified when we do go live each and every week when we live stream some sort of tournament, rather it be our sweeper or another doubles portion coming up here anytime this year. If you're over on TikTok, hit the follow button, share it around. We'd appreciate it. We're creeping up on 500 subscribers on YouTube. Our channel is very young still.
You know what? I think I was probably one of the first 25 subscribers.
You probably were. I think I was one. I think Steve said we were at 492 before we started this live stream. When we hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, we're going to give away a free bowling ball of your choice to one of our lucky subscribers. Over on TikTok, we were creeping up on 600. Once we get to 1,000 over on TikTok, 1,000 followers on TikTok, we will do the same over there and give away a free bowling ball of choice over on TikTok. You can follow us on TikTok and at YouTube at NWL Tournaments.
Right. Everybody hit that like button and share it, ask everyone to subscribe. We have
Oh,
great content here. Great content. Do you know when we
front
might
nine.
be able to have the
Oh, it's already on the
who
stand.
who do we got? We got somebody on the front nine. Front. We got somebody on the fronts.
We do. We just gotta get this to hook up. Hang on.
I'll just hold it that time. Is it live right now?
It will be once you get down there.
Do you know when
All right, we got Keith Schooler.
oh,
Malika is running down there to
Keith?
get.
Okay. Keith
That
was
will be.
struggling that last set. He struggled that last set.
There it
Looks like he's
is,
got
down
it
on the
together.
bottom part of your screen. You got Keith Schooler down here. He's on another lane. This is another cool feature of our live streams. We can go mobile with a camera.
All right. Keith Schooler out of Dayton, Ohio.
There's 10. I think that was 10th one.
Yeah, it looked like 10.
Well, no, I think it was a 10th strike. I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
he's way down there. It's a weird angle. I can't see that screen.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's was that is he on 9 or
No,
10?
that was 11.
Oh, that was
That was
11.
number
Okay.
11.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this is number 12 coming up.
This is number 11. That's 12. He's going for 12.
Yeah, it's,
For 300. Get it. Did he get it? I can't tell.
I don't
Oh, it
think
was a
did that
9
roll out.
count.
It was a
He
9
got
count. Yeah, I think
left the 7 pin. So
7 pin.
$2.99 for Keith Schooler over there.
Yep.
No, that's good.
Did
It
y'all
was.
get it?
No, we
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, we got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it just went black.
it goes blank, but you just
Okay.
have to touch it.
Oh. Well, it just said IV camera.
Yeah, if you touch it, it'll
Oh,
come back.
okay. Well,
Sorry.
I still was recording.
um, yeah. Do you know when the next? Do we know when the next senior sweeper? Do we have a date for the next senior sweeper?
But we don't. I was trying to sneak one in there on one of the Saturdays and all that, Mike, and just been so busy. I
Right.
just
We've been
never
having
really
a lot
could.
of tournaments. Right.
Yeah, it's going to be that first weekend in September, 7th.
September. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it's
Yeah, each and every week, Mike's talking about our Sunday sweepers that we run here each and every Sunday, as long as we don't have anything else going on or another tournament going on in the house. We run a Sunday morning sweeper here. It's on our house shop. Check-in at 11, bowl at noon, $35 entry fee. We have 300, 800 jackpots available, brackets, mystery doubles, all that good fun stuff that comes along with any of these sweepers. Um, $10 line is $25 goes right back into the prize fund.
it's a
And
great
then the
time.
first Sunday of every month, barring we don't have anything else going on, is a senior only sweeper. It's a senior one, so men 50 and over, women 45 and over only. And we have separate jackpots and 800 progressive jackpots and 300 progressive jackpots for those as well.
Yeah, and it's a great time to come out. It's a fun time. Either one you come to. I mean, if you're a senior and you can come to the senior sweepers, we have a great time. And of course, you come to the regular sweepers with the younger people. Basically, yeah, it's a great time. Hey, I come out every once in a blue moon to one of the regular sweepers, and hey, if I make the cut, I go around and tell them, you let a 60-something-year-old half-blind man beat you.
Don't do that.
So, I mean, it's a fun time, though. We come out, it's a great time, have some fun. Hey, you might win some money.
Righty Warriors, the YouTube channel is the same. It's NWL Tournaments over on YouTube.
I mean, what I love about these sweepers is it kind of takes back to what we used to have years ago when everybody remembered we had what was called the king of TV bowling. That was probably one of the things. That was the thing that brought all the best bowlers in the city or in the tri-state area out. and you had the best bowlers out there qualifying, trying to make the TV show, and then when it became cost prohibitive for the network for the TV stations, it kind of went away. But then when this kind of technology came out, then now we could
Bring it to
we
you
could
every week for
we could bring it to you every week and from anywhere.
right.
Here we having just what would be a local tournament that you might not know about or wouldn't be able to see, and here you are being able to view it, and we're able to talk to you about it. You're able to view some of the best bowlers in the city and in the area. I mean, we got like Keith, like I said, Keith Scooter that just shot the 299. He's from Dayton. He comes down here to bowl a lot of our sweepers and tournaments. Sean Martin, and these are sons of some guys who were great bowlers,
Who all were on the King of TV bowling.
right? Who were all King of TV bowling, right? So hey, I mean, that's the thing. Hey, this is a generational sport. You can get your kids into it. I love, personally, I'd love to see kids. The more and more I see kids bowling, just I love it because I know what was given to me when I was coming up, and I want to give that back to the kids today too.
Gangster Four said they ain't making the money like they did back then. No, you're right. The money now is not there in this sport as it was back then.
Is it?
They're making a lot more money back then, I think.
Well, I mean, you had.
They're making the pro bowler side of it's making more their money in different ways.
So they're making more in different ways. Yeah.
Back then, you had the tournament payouts for the pro bowlers on TV were, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
But that was their primary source of income. Nowadays, these, Storm and all these guys are giving out contracts that come with 6 and 7 figure contracts.
Right. Yeah.
So they're making their money in other ways.
They're making their money in other ways, and then you got the guys who are tech savvy, who are making money off of the, off their websites or whatever, YouTube, Brad and Kyle,
right. Branding issues. Yeah, they're making their money. Well, you're right though. When it comes to just the pure sport of the bowling, the money that was in tournaments and just in the tournaments then, you're absolutely right. There's not as much money in it that way, but
one of the classic is like the Hoinky Classic. It's not as big as it used to be, unfortunately. I mean, that was the place to be every weekend. If you were in Cincinnati, you were going out to the Hoinkies just to see what the shot was like. And if you thought it was a shot that day, you jumped in on it. Right. But then it got to the point where I guess people complained. They're like, well, those local guys, they're here all the time. They can bowl whenever they want. So then they had to start making rules that we couldn't just go out there. I think you could go out there and bowl one set if you just walked in. Right. If you didn't have it reserved, you couldn't just walk in anymore. So, it had to change a lot. I mean, I guess I could understand it. If I'm flying in from California, I got a week to come here and try to do what I'm going to do. And if I see the scores up there aren't conducive to what I think I'm playing on that week that I'm here, I may have a problem. I don't know. It's just. But I mean, those are things that come with every kind of, with the whole thing. And like I said, bowling is just a sport where the conditions are not going to be the same all the time. No matter how you try to oil them to make them the same, they're not going to be the same, depending on the condition of the atmosphere, the weather, the temperature in the house, and the people that are bowling on the lanes. Wow. So I know over here it looks like they've been throwing a lot of strikes. Now I'm not sure what they're shooting over here.
Let's just Some good bowlers on that
Yeah,
pair over
right. I mean,
there.
yeah, that's Brent. Yeah, Brent and them.
Brent
Yeah,
Sawyer's over there.
I,
Riley Wood.
they've been throwing a lot of strikes. I'm not sure what they have. I'm telling you, Brent's been throwing it good. I mean, the way he bowled through it that day when he won the
Andrew Carpenter over there on that pair as well.
right.
He's throwing the
Oh
ball
yeah,
really,
but
really well.
he's been bowling good too. Yeah, he's really
Steve
been
over
throwing the
here
ball
trying to
good.
right the ship though. He's got 279 out here in front of us still going.
Okay,
Austin Kloss has got his act together and rattled off 5 in a row over here on 21 and 22.
I'm
His
trying to figure.
partner's putting up a 250 game right along with him, so they got a good
Yeah,
game going here. Mike putting up another 220. I think he fired in the 220s the last set. Oh, Bob opened there 246 for him. So they're in the
so they
two
went with the
470s for that game.
they were the ones who had the 5-0, right? Were they the ones that had the 5-0 the first game? The 5-0.
Oh no, that was Jonathan and Dave Metters,
Oh, okay, that was John. Oh, okay, that was Jonathan and Dave. Okay,
and they're going to be upper fours,
okay,
upper
all right.
400s this game. So Dave's clearing out Deadwood of the gutter.
Good shot, Dave. Hold your spare. It's
Talking about Austin there in that nice little tie-dye T-shirt, Will's Nation.
yeah. That's
There you go, Austin. He's one of our sponsors for the Sunday Morning Sweepers.
oh, okay.
Uh,
That's good.
they're opening up their own pro shop over in Durbin Bowl in
Okay,
Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
and
We say
yeah,
that right.
I
They
think I
make fun of me. I told people it was in Florence one time, not in Lawrenceburg. And them guys won't let me live it down. I made a TikTok and I misspoke and said Florence, that they were in Florence. I misspoke. I don't know why I said Florence. I must have had it on my mind. I must have been looking at a tournament that was down at what's call it in Florence, and I must have had it on my mind sorry, Durbin Bowl in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Austin is opening up their own pro shop over there. So once they get that open, you guys make sure you go over and check that out. And Durbin has all of Coleraine Bowl's old lanes.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the ones that snatched up
They
all of
do.
Coleraine Bowl's
Okay,
lanes.
right. And those are.
Ooh.
Oh, yep. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate that we're losing so many bowling alleys. You know, I mean,
It is.
I can't. I lose count. Like I said, I've been bowling since I was a little kid in Cincinnati. So
They used to
I
be
can,
like
I can,
McDonald's. You could find one every time you turn a corner. There was another
right,
bowling alley there.
right. There was a bowling alley almost on every block you could go to.
Right.
I mean, there was bowling alleys everywhere. And now, I mean, I can name bowling alleys I know people have never heard of. You know, and they were like, what? Where was that place? You know, I mean, Spring Bowl. There was a place called Spring Bowl, and it was in a little hidden place on a street in between the factories of Procter and Gamble. You know,
If you
right
didn't
down
know it was
there.
there, you weren't gonna find it.
If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know.
That's how Princeton Bowl was too. If you didn't know Princeton
Right,
was there,
right. It was,
you wouldn't you'd have never known that it was hold on, I got it. Never mind. He saw it. I was making sure Dave
oh,
seen that there
okay.
was no 5 pin in that rack.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, Princeton Bowl being tucked behind all
Right.
those shopping centers
All
back
those,
there. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't have you'd have missed it. Stones is another one that
right. Stones. You didn't even know
it.
that was a
I mean, you could see their bowling pin sign hanging on the side of the
sign,
wall,
but you'd be
but if
like,
you didn't
where is
know,
it at?
right,
It's in where?
right, it blends in with everything else around it, and it does
Right.
not look like a bowling alley from the
Right.
outside, except for the giant
For
bowling
for
pin
the
sign.
giant bowling pin. Yeah. I mean, so the places that have closed, all the old Murgard's lanes. You know, there were like three of them. One in Milford, one in Walnut Hills, and the one I can't remember where the other one was. You know, all these places that have closed. I mean, it was
Brentwood.
Yeah,
Brentwood shut
Brentwood, of
down.
course. We had a place in Walnut Hills that was called Frisco's Lanes. It had 20 lanes. It had an upstairs and a downstairs. 10 lanes upstairs, 10 lanes downstairs. that was that was where Mike Whalen first started bowling.
Yeah.
That was where Mike Whalen first started bowling. I'm telling you, I've bowled. I mean, not just here in Cincinnati, just in Ohio and around the country. I've bowled at some of the weirdest places. We bowled at a place in this was in Cleveland, outside of Cleveland. I know the tournament was called St. Clair Eddies years ago, 40 years ago. You would come in the back. It was a shopping mall. It was a little shopping center. You came around the back. So you would go in and you had to walk upstairs. So as you walked up the stairs, you got to the second floor and you're coming in, you're walking down the middle of the bowling alley. People are bowling and you're
And
walking down
walking
the
in
middle
through
of
the door.
you're walking
Wow.
the middle.
No choice. You better get your tunnel vision on as a bowler, especially if you're right by that doorway. Somebody can open that door at any second on you.
You're coming up. I mean, yeah, you're
Now
walking
and
down the middle of the lanes.
so see then nowadays you get people that want 2-lane courtesy.
Hey,
Now you got people in
three or
leagues
four
that want
lane
to do
courtesy. Some
right.
people, like,
Yeah, they want 2-lane courtesy for the
I mean, I wish just bowl. Just bowl. One lane is all you need. And I'm telling you, and 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 you would think that coming down the middle of the lane you would think that was the weirdest thing about the bowling alley, and that wasn't. That wasn't the weirdest thing about the bowling alley. The weirdest thing was that okay, you had as you came down the middle, of course, you had lanes on this side, on the right side, and then you had lanes on the left side. The lanes on the right side, as you walked in, had one ball return for every 4 lanes. So if you were bowling if that was 15 and
Oh wow.
16, you'd have to go to 15, 16. Yeah, you'd have to go to 13 and 14 to get your ball if you were
And
bowling
then
on
turn
15
around
and
and walk.
16.
Oh no.
It had one
No.
ball return for every 4 lanes.
Anybody on our live stream ever bowled? What was the name of the place, Mike?
See, I can't remember the name of the lanes, but it was a tournament called St. Clair Eddies back in the day.
Anybody
But
ever bowl St. Clair
yeah,
Eddies tournament? Let us
yeah,
know.
it was in Cleveland. It was in or outside of Cleveland. If anybody knows that lane, if it was in a shopping center, you had to go in around the back. You walked upstairs and you were walking down the middle of the house as you came in,
Huh.
and people were
Wow.
bowling. If anybody knows that lane, if they can remember the name of the lanes, because I can't remember the name of the lanes. I just remember the tournament was called St. Clair Eddies that we bowled in.
Wow.
I mean, that was the most peculiar thing about it. It had one ball return for every 4 lanes. I mean, you think about the way bowling was. You know, nowadays, could you imagine having the over the lane ball returns?
Man, well, the way these guys' rev rates are, a lot of them,
Oh, you couldn't.
their kick, they'd be all up against it. They couldn't do
Right. there's no way to step in front of it like you can
Right.
now step in front of the ball return now. So that would be lost. But I mean, all things evolve for good. For the good of the game. Technology. It's just I just say that just reminisce because I'm reminiscing. I just think back all the things that I've seen over my years.
Right.
It's just funny. I don't.
That would definitely be weird. I don't know. Feel like you're at the Open Championship getting paraded in every time you walk into the bowling alley. I don't know. That might be nice. I don't know if I could help not walking in the door and just start giving my parade wave. Three ball bag roller in one hand, just giving the
Yeah.
parade wave with
Yeah.
the other,
Yeah.
tip of the cap
Yeah.
still
Do your royal wave
going.
like
Yeah,
that,
there
you
you
know.
go. Yeah, the royal wave.
So I don't know what they finished with that. I mean, but they've been throwing a lot of strikes. I'd have to go and see what kind of scores they got. I'd like to see what their scores are. But we got the guys in front of us. What did Steve finish that game with? He finished with 50.
He finished with an open there. He only got into the 230s, I think. He
Oh wow.
nines,
Okay.
a spare in the ninth, and not a very good tenth for him. Had a split in the tenth. So
Oh okay. So I'm assuming Austin's wrist is feeling better now. He's back to one-handed and throwing it because for a while
throwing it
there,
like the old Austin again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he's throwing it good, man. I'm telling you, I just these guys with high back swings and the way they can keep their leverage. You know, I, as, as I've seen guys over the years with high back swings, I could tell. I could tell the ones that I knew were going to tear their shoulders up because some guys just got good leverage. If you
Right.
have good leverage, it's not putting a lot of stress on your shoulder, and you could come through with it. Some guys you could tell
They're
they're
trying to
doing so
force it to
much
happen.
forced and they're forcing it. And you can tell they're going to have eventually have shoulder or arm problems because they're forcing it. You know, like
Here's what I like: as you watch Austin get up here and throw this next shot on 22 over here. Um, for a big guy, and Austin's a pretty big guy, um, gets out of the ball so super clean, and you
right,
can barely hit the lane. Hear it hit the lane.
right.
Sometimes you don't even hear it at all. Like gets out of it
Yeah,
so
he gets it.
clean. He's able to get really low for a big tall guy like he is, and
That's the I.
just try to
Once I
listen.
yeah.
You
I mean,
can
you can hardly
barely
hear
hear
it.
that
Right,
ball. I mean, you hear his
right,
thumb pop out from the suction of
right.
it, but you don't really hear the ball hit the lane. He's super smooth with it. So
I'm gonna tell you one of the best big guys I saw. One of the smoothest. Mike Alvey's brother-in-law, Steve Cook.
really,
Steve was 6'7", and he was so smooth with the ball. He got down. He had such good leverage.
yep.
Man, he was unbelievable. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that he never won more than. I mean, he won a lot, but I figured he would have been one of those guys that won 20, 30 times, which
Right.
he never did. And he might have had double figures in wins, but he
You would
was,
have expected it to be 2 or 3 times more than
yeah,
what he got. Yeah.
man. I'd expect him to have at least double the more wins than what he had.
That goes to attest to all the competition he was bowling against out there.
Right,
Anyway, them
right.
guys
All the
they were good.
competition out
They were
there.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to win 20, 30 times when Walter Ray's winning every time.
Right, right, right. I mean, just like in golf,
Right.
it was hard to win with Tiger winning.
When Tiger showed
winning
up, you were
everything.
fighting for second. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you had. I mean, you had in the '60s. You had the battle, Don Carter and Dick Weber and God, all the other guys. I mean, Hardwick, Billy
Yep.
Hardwick, and
Bill
all those
Hardwick.
guys. Then you got to the '70s, and you're battling Don Johnson, and then Earl came along, then Mark Roth came along. So you got guys who now you got guys who got 30, 20 something, 30 something, 40 something wins. They don't leave a lot of more. They don't leave a lot of extra wins out there for other guys.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just so glad that Norm got to 40. When Norm won his 40th one, I was so glad of that. I'm like, man, that puts him on the Mount Rushmore of bowling for me. I'll tell you that, and Ricky Hayes, Ricky, as tall as Ricky is, Ricky has such good leverage. and get. I mean,
Yeah, Ricky's another one
Ricky
for
get
a really, really tall guy. Gets down
yeah
really super
gets
low, especially
gets
not just tall guy, but Ricky's up there in his age as well. He's
right.
a
Yeah, he's
senior
getting up.
bowler in
Yeah,
his 50s. So to be in his 50s and still get good and low like
still
Ricky
get low
does,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah, believe me, believe me, I know that. I, it's hard to get low down.
and trust me, I'm feeling it at my age, and I'm not close to that.
Hey, Sweetums. Hi, Monty. Jermaine's daughter, my granddaughter. She's running around. Everybody knows her. She's the princess.
She's in charge of this whole shindig, isn't she?
You know what? That's the other thing. I've watched all these young kids that are bowling now. I've watched them all grow up in the bowling alley. I've watched them from her age grow up to now where they're, Josh, Jay, Rick McCormick, all these guys. I've watched them grow up from little kids. Anybody else? We still. We got
Here's a fun one we've done the last couple of them, Mike. What's everybody's watching from? Everybody that's watching on TikTok, YouTube. Where are you guys watching from? What's your home center? Give a shout out to your home center on here.
right. Well,
I like to
that's
see how
why
far
I
we're
said
watching.
that earlier. I said if I was sitting at home right now, I'm here because I'm working the tournament. But if I was sitting at home, I'd be in my recliner watching it.
Watching this.
Watching
Well, we appreciate it, Mike.
it. So that's where, yeah, I asked you that earlier. Where you watching from? Like you said, and give out a shout to wherever your home bowling center is. We want to we want to keep everything going. I want, you know, where can people go bowl? Whether it's a league tournament.
Can you re-bowl the first game? Steve wants to do a redo on the first game. Hey,
Oh, you want to do redo on
wrong,
that ball?
wrong ball choice.
Mm, A mulligan? Do we have mulligans in bowling?
Austin just a little high, leaving the 6 pin over there.
Devin, what'd you do, man? Did you shoot? Devin. He can't
Yeah, he's
hear
got
me.
earbuds
You
in.
got it. Oh, you got earbuds in. Okay. Brandon's been throwing the ball good lately too. Brandon,
Who up? Oh, Keith Schooler just finished out with 799.
wow.
Ouch.
And he
He
got
ate him.
7. Oh man. Well, we just had Keith Schooler. We just found out that Schooler shot that 299 at 799 with a 7-pin count on his field ball. Well, we're gonna make fun of him for that. So, but hey, you shot 799. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Game Master 2772 is a local bowler here from Northwest and Fairfield Lanes.
Okay. Well, I tell you what 799 is way better than what Keith was shooting earlier because he was struggling earlier. I don't know what he shot, but I know he was struggling. He still may have shot a 600 or something, but he wasn't. He definitely didn't have 799 look. But that's a good thing about this. You know what? You you can have a bad set. You know what? Shake it off,
Yep.
turn around and go.
Tell your partner, let's run it back. Run
Yeah.
another set. I think I got it figured out.
You know what? I one of my Reminiscing is of John Gant and Rick Pollard. They were out at the Hoinkies shooting doubles one time. They had just shot doubles. They didn't shoot anything. Well, Rick shot seven something. And saw Gant shot 5-0. And I saw him standing there talking. Boy, want to go back? Want to go back? I said, well, let's go back. They go back. Rick Pollard shoots like 720. Gant shoots 790.
There you go. That's all it takes. Get that one under your belt. Now I know what's going on. I got a feel
Yeah.
for it now. Like Steve said, Mulligan, can I throw the other ball now? I
Yeah.
want to throw the Steve knows next time it's fresh. He can't start with that bowling ball. He's got to start with the other one.
Right. I mean, that's all part of the thing, of learning the bowling. You got to learn, your equipment. What can I throw now?
Right.
What's going to line up? What's going to line up with this shot or this, with this condition? What's out here?
What's going to give me the biggest room for error?
Right. That's what we all look for. We all look for that little.
Mistake.
Where can I get it? Where's my mistake room at? How much mistake area do I have? Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the best feeling when you go somewhere, especially a tournament. You know your regular house shot, your league shot. You know what you're going to get there from week to week, pretty much. But when you can go to a tournament and you can find one, all of a sudden you can throw one. I got it. Oh, I got that a little farther out. Oh, it came back. Oh, or I got one in. Oh, that stayed there. When you can find that, that's the best. That's the best feeling in the world when you go to a tournament, a house you've never been in, maybe, and you see that you got that mistake area.
Right.
You got out, in. That you feel like you feel like you can be Jason Belmonte or EJ Tackett that day. You feel like you can be EJ Tackett that day. That's what we all look for. Okay. Yeah.
Guys, while we got a second, I do want to thank all the sponsors that you see on your screen right there. Without them, guys, things like these tournaments can't be made possible and the prize funds be made as good as they are. Storm Bowling Products, Motive Bowling Products, Strikers Pro Shop right here inside Northwest Lanes. We have Hurricane Bay Car Wash, Protection Plus Window Tinting, Bowler HQ, Bowlify. Again, appreciate the staff and crew here at Northwest Lanes, helping everything run as
Yep.
smooth as it can.
Yep. Appreciate the staff. They've been keeping everything going well. Everything's good. Keeping everything clean. Keeping everything moving.
Debbie Lewis inside the bar, she made sure everybody was fed today.
Yep.
Appreciate her. Boss
Yeah, that
Lady
was
Productions.
Boss Lady Productions. And we also had B&B Classic.
Yep,
Will
B&B Beer Classic.
Will
Bill.
Bates. He helped sponsor the Cashin Out Winning Weekend tournament as well. So, we appreciate all. We can't do this without sponsors.
Right.
We couldn't do it as well without sponsors. So we appreciate all those who help further this thing along.
Yeah, if you own a small business or know somebody owns a small business and wants to help sponsor and get some advertisement opportunities out of it,
Huh?
you can contact me
Who we got?
over
Oh,
at NWL
oh.
Tournaments
Does
at gmail.com.
will his store count? Will his score count? He's the tournament director, right? Well, we had a bowler. We had a person who needed a partner, so the tournament director stepped in to bowl with to bowl with and he's on the front nine. So we're going to see Jermaine Kahn. What'd you shoot, TJ? 712. What'd you guys have?
Maybe a little
Okay.
outside casher. Yeah, a
Yeah,
little.
that's outside little casher. Yeah. Let's see if Jermaine can finish this what he started.
Somebody tell Malika he's left-handed. She needs to get on the other side of him. Malika,
Well, you got to. Plus, she has to turn the camera backwards too. Doesn't he? He's
all right.
left-handed.
This is who we're watching right there. Jermaine Kahn. He's our tournament director, and got front nine going for 10. Oh
Oh,
no!
oh! Minute we put the camera on him, we wasted film.
Ah.
We wasted film.
We're gonna have that stood back up. Is that lane 12?
That's lane 12, isn't it, Malika? Looks like lane 12. Yeah. All right. Well,
Steve fell off.
Steve spare. Yeah, Steve came off. He spared it. He made a spare though. He made a spare. I'll tell you, but they're still good. I'd like to see what they got over here because they've been throwing a lot of strikes. I'd like to see what they have. And walk over here and see if I can see what kind of scores these guys have.
Okay. Guys, again, if you're just joining us, we're Northwest Lanes in Fairfield, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. We're cashing out winning weekend. This is the 3:30 shift doubles tournament. Watching lanes 19 and 20 on the top of your screen and 21 and 22 on the bottom. Steve stepping up on 20 is normally in the booth with me. I'm fortunate enough to have Mike Ash step in and grace us with some of the stories of the older days. Mike, one of our senior bowlers here, been around, seen a lot, done a lot,
Yeah, been around a
bowled
long
it all,
time.
seen it all, huh?
I I don't know if I've bowled it all or seen it all. I've just seen a lot.
You've done a lot, bowled a lot, and seen a lot. I ain't seen it
Yeah,
all.
I've bowled a lot and seen a lot. Yeah, but hey, they're bowling pretty. They Brent and Chad have they went 506 the first game and 460 the second game, and you see what they're doing now. So they
They have a shot at it.
they got a shot.
Dave and Jonathan here have a pretty good shot at it too because they went
They
5-15
went
that
to
first
five.
game.
Okay, was it 515?
Yeah, I
And
think
they
it
had
was 5-15 first game.
460 or 470 the second game.
Yeah, so they're right there. A couple more strikes here from them. They're going to be in the hunt for it.
Yep. So we got a couple teams here going, giving the tournament lead a good run at. So we'll see what happens. Oh, that Dave. See how Dave got down on that one? He wanted that one. All right, Dave got 290 off the sheet. Oh, Brent. Uh, okay, Brent just comes off with a split. It's makeable, but Chad's still throwing them. Chad can punch out for oh, what is that he punched out?
So Dave and Jonathan had a little rougher finish than I anticipated. They got 980 round in that corner, so they need a
Okay.
545.
Well,
What can they
Dave's
get
going
to? Dave
290.
goes
Dave got
290.
90. I can't see what
Oh, they're gonna fall just short, I think,
already.
because
Okay.
Jonathan can only get to 247, so that'll give
Oh,
them a 537.
537. Yeah.
They would fall
Yeah, they'll be a
just
little short. Yeah,
short.
they'll be just short if they punch out. Oh, look at that. You know what? I mean,
What did Brent
just
end
just
up with?
just the strength of these balls. That was Kerry. The only person you saw carry things like that, with the head pin going across the deck, was John Gant or Mike Whalen. That was the only guys you saw back in the day doing that. I mean, it was whoa over that. Okay, yeah, Dave still can punch out for 290 here. Yeah, they'll be just a hair short. I think Brent and Chad are just a hair short.
Yeah, they went to 1481. That a little hiccup from Brent cost them there.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
punched
that's
out
gonna
there. That was 40 pins, 30 something, 40 pins they blew right there.
they'd have been right in there.
Yep.
Dave gets
It's Dave.
first one here.
All right, Dave. And Dave's wanting it. I think Dave's smelling it. I think.
Well, with
Uh,
290 here, Dave's going to shoot a 796. I mean,
really? Oh my goodness.
they're going to be
Yeah.
just short.
All right. Yeah. All right, Donovan.
I think if they both struck out, they were going to be like 8 pins short anyway.
Yeah, that would be like 15, 17 or something. Yeah. Yep. 8 pins short.
Oh,
Oh,
Dave a little wide.
yeah, a little wide on that one. 79. 79. Well, they gave it a good run, though. They gave it
They
a good
absolutely
run.
did.
They gave it a good run. So, way they're looking like now, I think that's third place, though. They're going to
Well, I
fall.
don't know if they can get to what's third place. I
The
think third
third.
place is 1509.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. Well, they're
They
going to
had a
probably be.
shot, I think, at second
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
out of
they had
that
a
now.
shot at second. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be probably fourth or fifth, maybe looking like now.
Yeah, 1485. They did squeak out
Yeah.
Brent and them at 1481, but
Okay. Well,
1485 for Dave and them. Pretty good
Well, it's
run
not. I
though.
mean, yeah, it's a good run. It's not bad shooting. They didn't get to the top spot, but hey, it's not bad shooting. That's definitely good shooting. What did Keith had the 79? Who was he bowling with? Who was he? Seven.
I'm not sure. I can't
Who was
remember
he
who he's
bowling?
bowling with. The score's gone now though.
He was bowl. Oh, he was bowling with. Gosh, who was he bowling with? He was bowling with. Gosh, because he was on the pair with Chief, and he was on the pair with Chief and Joe Ray, I think. Damn, who was he bowling with? I forget. I can't remember. I can't remember who he was bowling with. So I don't know what they had.
He was bowling with Connor Ray.
Okay, right. Yeah, right. He was bowling with Connor. Okay.
And Connor only put up 659s.
I mean, well,
It's
not
respectable
bad.
6.
It's not bad, but yeah, you needed a few more sticks there to get to where they're looking at. That's Plus, Connor's getting sticks, right? Is Connor getting sticks, or is he? Yeah, I think Connor gets a few sticks. So he had 800, 1460 plus with a handful of sticks. Not bad. Well,
449, 255. Our boy
49.
Steve finishes up with a 704 game set though. Good set for him.
All right. Yeah, that's not bad. It's considering where he started.
Yeah. I bet he's really wishing he had that other ball now. Tyler only putting up a 628. Yeah, he's really wishing he threw that other ball the first game. Well, Mike, man, I really appreciate you
All
stepping in and
right.
sitting in the
Yep.
booth with me, man, and
Uh,
reminiscing and tell us some old cool stories. I love talking to it with me about it with you. Uh,
yep. I think
hopefully the
because I'm
guys
going to get
watching and
ready.
everybody watching got to have fun listening to Mike reminisce about old days.
Yep.
Fun times. But we will be back here in
Yep.
about an hour for the 6 o'clock shift. We will live stream it. It'll be on the burn, and we'll have 4 new teams up here for you guys to watch. So we will see you all then. Bye.